Hey everybody, it's Captain Shane, and I'm back in the Level Up 737-800 Prime Air. I'll be flying this for UPS Virtual Air Cargo tonight, and I'm going to be flight testing a couple things. First of all, we have a new light mod that I'm using from a fellow YouTuber and a guy with a great Discord community. His name is DrishelMac2. I think he's British or something. He made a new light mod for the game, and I'm trying it out. I'm hoping it's going to be really good, because I don't really like the stock lights in the game. Also, the Level Up guys just produced a new patch tonight. It fixes a lot of stuff, flight model stuff, Zebo mod stuff. So we're gonna flight test it tonight and see how it's doing compared to the previous version. So we're in the cockpit. We're just gonna go ahead and run through our checklist and get started on this. So, electronic flight bag is on. Landing gear lever is verified down. Parking brake. Oh, we need to do ground stuff. So connect the ground power unit. The chocks are set. Let's get the battery on. Parking brake, we can release it. Ground power on. Cockpit lighting. Let's set that up right now. Okay. Lights. Set to test. Yep, all lights are on. And then we'll set that down to dim. I'll also close that door. Okay, and then lights set to brim. Bright dim is required. Mach speed, airspeed, warning test. Should be up here. Stall test. Still does not appear to be working. IRSs, over to nav. Window heat. Probe heat. Emergency lights are on. Seatbelt signs. Auto. Logo lights are on. Position lights are on. Wing lights are not required. Wheel lights not required. Chip whiz test.
Glide slope. Pull up. Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear.
Enough.
Sink rate. Sink rate. Terrain. Terrain. Pull up. Don't sink. Don't sink. Too low. Terrain. Too low. Gear. Too low. Flaps. Too low. Terrain. Glide slope. Bank angle. Bank angle.
All right.
Approaching minimums.
Cargo fire test.
2,500. 1,500. 400.
And fire test.
200. 100. 50.
Okay, EFIS
40.
panel.
30.
Data.
10.
Pushing data.
Wind shear. Wind shear.
Over to
Wind
plan.
shear. Too low. Terrain. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead.
Okay, I think that's good.
Pull up. Obstacle. Obstacle.
Wow.
Obstacle.
Is that done? Is that...
Obstacle. Pull up.
Whew. Man, that was a long test. Okay. EFIS panel is set. Left and right. Let's do the takeoff warning. Oh, okay. Already I see a problem here. That's why we test this stuff. My throttle was not plugged in. Okay, weight and balance. Let's take a look here. So we'll go over to weight and balance. And here is our flight plan for tonight. Looks like we're going to have 14,000 pounds of fuel on board and 36.7 on the cargo. So 14,000 pounds. Let's get that put in right now. And we'll get the fuel truck rolling now. Okay, payload. All right, we're gonna do 180, and then this will be 0. This will be 0. This will be 0. That'll be 0, and let's go 200 on the weight. Okay, so let's start loading up some cargo here. We're gonna use the pack to simulate it. Okay, way too much forward CG, so we'll take out some there. We'll put some here. 37.3. 36.7. That's close enough. Okay, and that gives us a takeoff CG of 25%. That's perfect. So the weight and balance is done. Now let's do some position initialization. FMC, position initialization. All right. We're gonna go reference airport is KCVG. There we go. So we're going to CVG, and tonight we're going to be flying to Chicago O'Hare. Flight number is 3616. The runway we're going to use here is 27. So for the route, what do we got here? P-Lash. P-Lash. Or Plash. FWA. FWA. Earned. EARND. And oh no, that's not it. We gotta get that out of there. There we go. Now let's go over to the departure and arrival. So we're gonna be doing runway 27 with the Hagall 5 departure with the Plash transition. And for the arrival, we're going to be doing, looking like runway 27 center. With Vulgar. And it's going to be the Watson 4 arrival. With the FWA transition. Let's take a look at that now. So what I think we're going to do here is we're going to just move Vulgar up to CNAC and make it a cleaner transition in. Oh yeah, that looks a lot better. Okay, so let's go over to the route and activate it. Now performance initialization, our zero fuel weight is there. Reserve 7,000 pounds. Cost index tonight is 63. Planned flight level tonight is 340. The cruise wind is 278 at 89. 278 at 089. ISA offset is more or less the same. We'll leave that as is. Fuel is loaded up, so let's go ahead and execute that. Alright, so let's do a little bit of performance calculations for the takeoff here. So I'll bring SimBrief over. Let's go takeoff performance out of CVG. Wet runway. All right. Wind 28012, so right down the runway. QNH is 3004. V1 150, 153, 158. And it's going to be a DTO1, select temp 47. Okay. So we're going to go 47 DTO1. It's going to give us a climb 2. For takeoff, we're going to use flaps 5. CG is 26.2 for takeoff, so 4.75 on the trim. Our V1 is going to be 150. Rotate at 153. And V2 is 158. All right. So let's go ahead and get that information on the left. And we're going to put legs on the right. Put this back over to map mode. Terrain on that side. Okay, FMC is set. Let's go over to the final cockpit preparation checklist. Fuel quantity check is set 14,000. Flight altitude is going to be 340. Landing altitude is going to be 700 feet. FMC is checked and confirmed. We got legs on the left. We got takeoff on the right. Flight directors on left and right. Auto throttles on. MCP airspeed we're going to set for V2, which is 158. And MCP heading. Let's take a look at the departure and figure that out. So we're on the Hagel 5. So it looks like for runway 27, it's going to be 276 to 1400, then direct Bondley, then on 360 to Macod, then track 047 to Hagel. All right, so 276 for the initial heading. Okay, MCP altitude, we're going to go ahead and just set it up to our cruising altitude, 340. Altimeters, 3004. Okay, altimeters set, auto brakes, RTO, radios. All right, let's go ahead and program our radios here for now. So let's get the CTEF frequency over here. CTEF KCVG. That's going to be 118.3. All right, nav is set. TCAS. The TCAS our squawk is 1406. TCAS is set. Taxi takeoff departure brief. All right, let's go over that real quick. So here is the plan. So we already discussed the departure here. The taxi plan is we are currently over here on the Amazon ramp. Right here. We're going to taxi up to November, make a right on November, make a left on Sierra, left on Mike, and we'll pick up Mike 1 and depart that way. Straight out. And I'll leave this open for me so I can see where I'm steering, where I'm driving. Okay. So, let's go ahead and do before start pushback checklist. Lower MFD is on engine, APU. Let's start that up, and I'll go ahead and get my home cockpit set up here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that set up right now. Okay. Just about ready. Alright, let's see what the webcam looks like. We'll turn that on. See if we like the view. That's pretty good, right? Got the throttles, got the stick. Yeah, I think we're set. Alright, APU is started. Doors of Windows are closed. Yaw damper on. Electric hydraulic pumps 1 and 2 are on. Fuel pumps are on. Parking brake is set. APU generators 1 and 2. Okay, wheel chocks. We can go ahead and remove those. They're removed. Alright, power unit, we can pull that. Anti-collision lights are on. Trim air is on. APU bleed is on. Engine start switch, we're going to go ignition left for this flight. ACARS, that's going to be my UPS VAC smart car stuff. Let's go ahead and start that now. Nice. So we're on VATSIM. That's our route. Okay, we're set. Alright, push and start clearance.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
Let's go ahead and call that now. Cincinnati traffic, good evening. Giant 3616, push and start on the Amazon ramp, tail
All
facing
right. Looks like the doors and
south.
hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Awesome. All right.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
We want to go right here.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
All right, crew. Parking brake. Uh-oh. Where's my parking brake? Parking brake released.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
All right, crew. We're clear for engine start. Let's get on it. Starting engine number 2. Okay, rotation N2. Positive oil pressure, fuel on. Okay, we've got a light, fuel flow, EGT. Good start on 2, starting 1. A roll back on 2. Rotation and 1 and rotation on 2. Correction, rotation on 1. Positive oil pressure on 1, fuel on. Okay, got a light, fuel flow, EGT. Just start on 1. Okay, after start checklist. Wing and engine anti-ice. It's coming on. Packs. On. APU bleed is off. Engine bleeds are on. Isolation valve is closed. Engine generator 1 and 2. APU coming off.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Okay. And wait down the ground signal. I'm going to kill these lights now. While we wait for them to disconnect, let's go ahead and do our thing here. Trim coming down. Good.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
All right, thanks a lot. See you on the right. Okay, good ground signal. Taxi checklist. Flaps and slats are set for takeoff. Flaps 5. Stab trim set 4.75. Aircraft nose up. Takeoff data confirm. We got 150, 153, 158. Takeoff thrust setting is set DTO 147. Taxi takeoff departure brief, no change. Transponder TARA. Taxi light on. Lower MFD on system. Taxi clearance. Cincinnati traffic. Giant 3616. Taxi runway 27 via November Sierra Mike. Alright, crew. Let's roll. Alright, noticeable steering checks left and right, and the brakes. Brakes check. Flight controls check. Ailerons left, ailerons right, elevator up, elevator down, rudder left, rudder right. Flight controls are checked, free and clear. All right, so we're gonna head up here. Let's give it a little more juice here. And our turn is coming up here. That'll be November. Wow, this light is no joke, huh? Right, coming right. Ooh, I think we got some ice on this thing. She does not want to steer. Yeah, we definitely got ice. Got to be very careful how we taxi. Yeah, it's super icy right now. Let me get a check of the weather here. Alright, CVG. Departure, alright. Overcast 3,900 feet. That's not what I'm seeing, but all right. Wind 290, 14, gusting 30. Whoa, that was not the weather forecast we had just a little while ago. Altimeter 3004. Temperature -3. Yeah, that explains the ice. Oh, braking action advisory in effect. Okay. I believe it. Yep, slow and deliberate taxiing when we have this much ice on the ground. I can definitely feel it. Okay, turn's coming up here. And we want Sierra. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm trying to... Yeah, slipping and sliding out here. Alright, before takeoff checklist, lower MFD, we're going to set it to off. VNAV, LNAV. It is enabled. ICAS, no alerts. We'll hold there at exterior lights. And we're sliding all over the place. Guys, if you can see my feet on the rudder pedals, I'm everywhere. Alright, left turn on Sierra. So I'm gonna get on the brakes right now. Okay, I have to use differential braking and get this turn going. Ooh. Oh, I felt like a little gust just hit the plane there. There's so much ice. I can't believe it. Okay, let's go exterior lights. Turn them all on. Radar on. And here's our turn. Alright, let's see if we can stop at the hold short line. Okay. Whew. I do not like driving in the ice. Alright. Let's get ready for departure. Cincinnati traffic, Giant 3616, departing runway 27, Halgall 5 departure. Alright. Let's take the runway. Yeah, I can feel these gusts. All right. It's about the best I'm going to be able to do here. So we got gusting winds from the right. So we'll put a little bit of crosswind correction in. All right, let's run her up. Get it ready. Okay. Stabilize. Toga. Thrust set.
$80 knots.
Throttle hold.
V1.
Rotate. Positive brake.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Oh, yeah. This thing wants to take off on you on the pitch. Big time.
400.
A little too much pitch up on this thing. That's a change.
1000.
Yep, there's climb thrust. Picking up a lot of gusts. Okay, speed checks, flaps 1. Speed checks, flaps up. Definitely a little more twitchy in the pitch axis. I can feel it. Huh. Let's engage autopilot. That's weird. I have no forward down trim now. But I didn't lose a button on my keyboard. Alright, after takeoff checklist. Landing gear up, lights out, and off. Flaps and slats are up. Auto brakes off. ICAS, no alerts. Exterior lights. To the line. don't think we need the HUD anymore. Okay, we're accelerating for climb speed, 318. So one thing that the previous version of this used to do was porpoise a lot in pitch at cruise speed and at cruise altitude. So let's see what it does when we get up there. We climb up to 15,000. Okay, coming up on 18,000 feet, let's go ahead and do altimeter standard, and that is the after takeoff checklist complete. Okay, climbing through flight level 200 for 340. Okay, looking good. Climbing through flight level 227. Flying the departure, we are on our way to Plash. Once we hit that, we'll be out of here. So with these charts, you have to understand that these are not scaled, where it says not to scale. It's because Plash is quite a ways away from Haggle, right? So the chart is not the scale, but the actual overlay in Navigraph is. So. Dark out there. Alright, climbing through flight level 305 for 340. Getting there. So I want to take a quick check because right now I want to show you something. If I do down trim on my yoke, I'm getting nothing. But up trim is working. So something's gone wrong on my yoke, and I kind of want to see what it is. So let's see here. Throttles. Nope. It's going to be on the alpha flight controls. So there it is. No pitch trim down. Pitch trim down is not working. That's going to be a problem when we're landing. Okay, climbing 1,000 to go here.
Thousand to go.
Alright, so we're going to level off here at 340, and let's see if this thing still porpoises like it used to. No. No, it's not. That's a lot better. Much better altitude capture on this. Alright, we're now at cruise, guys. It only took about 20 minutes to get up here. Top of descent's at 93 miles at about 14 minutes. So in about 5 minutes we'll do our descent and arrival briefing. See if I can troubleshoot this stab trim thing. Nope, I can't do the stab trim override. That doesn't work. Nope, that's not it. Well, hopefully the stab trim comes back in, because right now I don't have any. If I'm pushing nose down stab trim, I don't got any. But if I push up, that definitely works. So that's a problem. All right, I think we can start doing some descent discussions here, planning. All right, so let's do some landing calculations here. All right. Current gross weight is 139.1. So that's about 2,000 pounds. Let's call it 136.5 for the landing weight. 136.5. Let's go landing performance. 136,500. All right. So auto brakes 1. Looks good. V approach should be 149, which makes our VRAF 144. So 30, 144. BREF is in. Auto brakes 1 is what we'll be using. I think we can dial that in right now. So landing data, we got that in. Looking like a nice long rollout here. Let's take a look at the airport at Chicago O'Hare. We're laying on 2.7, and there's basically no good turnoffs here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll out down to Foxtrot and make a right on the Delta and come back. We're parking at Northeast Cargo Ramp tonight. It doesn't look like the ATIS is supporting an arrival on oh, I guess they want us to land on 2.8 right. No, I'm not about that. I don't want to do that. We're gonna land on 2.8 center or 2.7 center because I feel like it, and there's no ATC to tell me otherwise. Because landing on 2.7 right, it just gives us a really long taxi, and I'm not in the mood for that. So we'll do 2.8 center still. Foxtrot, and Delta back over to Mike. We're gonna cross 2.2 right. Right on Mike, right on November into Northeast Cargo Ramp. On the Watson 4 arrival, we're already on it right now. It looks like we don't really have any crossing restrictions. We're just going to fly VNAV path to make sure we get down to the approach restrictions, but there's no real altitude restrictions that I can see. Alright, looking at the 2.7 center approach, we're going to pick up a Vogler. We're going to start the approach basically at Nichols at 9,000 and slowly step down about 1,000 feet per fix until we get down to Driscoll, which is the final approach fix. We need to be at 2,200 to shoot the ILS in. The MSA is 3,400 feet. Decision altitude for ILS is 853 baro. Okay. Decision height is, again, 853 baro. MDA is 3,400 from the arrival point. In the event of a missed approach, we're going to climb to 1,100, then a climbing right-hand turn to 4,000 feet on a heading of 290, and the CGT VOR radio 322 outbound to Yukine intersection, which is 48 DME from CGT. Chicago Heights. So let's put that in on Chicago Heights is 11420, and then the radial to fly for that would be 322. Altimeter at O'Hare is 3006. Get that ready. And the ILS frequency is 111.9 on course 273. (11190). And we got Chicago Heights DME in right now. We got VOR ILS on the left. We are all set for descent here. Estimating top of descent in 25 nautical miles, 4 minutes. still a little concerned about my stab trim not working here. I'm posting over on their Discord right now to see if I can figure that out. Alright. Speed brakes are armed. That's not right. There we go. Okay, looks like we're about ready to start our descent, so let's go ahead and set the altitude. I'll show down 10,000 feet from now. Okay, and there's the retard on the FMA. So let's bring the throttle levers back down to idle. And we are on descent. Okay, heading down. Seem to be a little bit high on profile according to this. 1,000 feet high. I'm not quite sure why it's thinking that we are. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna throw in some speed brake here. help get us down a little bit faster because according to the FMC, we're very, very high. There you go. Oh, hey, what's up, man? What max are you using? Because I haven't really flown with the max yet. Woo! Look at the set rate, 5,000 feet a minute. Good lord. Wow, 6,000 feet a minute descent. What is going on here? All right. Yeah, sure. Send it on over to me, man. I'd like to check it out. All right, speed breaks your track. Let's try to get this speed under control again here. All right, we're still a little bit high on profile. I'm gonna try to get us down to some more. Oh, that's a good sign. Nope, it's not. Nope, still don't got my stab trim. Okay, slowly regaining that vertical profile here. Still no stab trim. All right, vertical profile. Look like we're about to catch it right here. Let's go speed brake retract. Cool. We just had to put a little bit of speed brake in there to help it down. Okay, looking good on speed, looking good on profile. Okay, coming up on transition altitude, about 1,000 feet. What do you? Just tell me who makes it. Who makes the 737 Max? Taliesin. Okay, Taliesin. I'll take a look at it. I don't really fly the 737 Max though because well, okay, transition altitude. Okay. Picking up a little bit of turbulence here. Still looking good on profile. Alright, we're definitely in some weather right now. Let me see if I can figure out when we're going to break out of that. Alright, and the CTAP is 12115, but I'll double check that. 12075. Wow, okay, I was way off. Okay. Turning inbound towards Nichols. This should get us more or less lined up with the ILS. Get on speed. See something way out there in the distance. Okay, let's start reducing some speed.
Thousand to go.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and keep the altitude heading down here. 2,200. Okay, speed reduction's coming in good. Still no down trim. I'll definitely let them know about this over at the Level Up Discord. Oh, I don't think so, man. We're having a problem with my elevator trim. It's not responding to nose down input. Look. See that? I'm pushing nose down trim and I'm not getting any. So that's going to be a problem for us. I'll be lucky if I can even land this thing. Okay, exterior lights. And descent checklist complete. Under 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and dial in the CTAF. Hopefully the trim comes back at some point, but I don't got it right now. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and arm VOR localizer. And there she is. Let's arm approach mode. So we're on the localizer. Looking for the glide slope. Okay, retard on the FMA, so throttle stack back down to idle. FMC speed. Okay, we're picking up DME. 26 out from Chicago. Chicago O'Hare traffic, good evening. Giant 3616 on the extended ILS 27 center approach, DME 25. Yeah, if I can, I'll take a look at it. Ooh, look at the light mod. Oh, that looks good over there. Wow, I like that.
O'Hare traffic, Valeti 17009, check.
P5 by 5.
Thank you.
All right, let's start slowing her down. Let's get down to 200 knots. Drag required. I got you. Got the speed brakes extended to the flight detent. Alright, let's go. Speed brake retract. Flaps 1. Still looking for the glide slope. Oh, there we go, there we go. Cool.
O'Hare traffic, Valeti 17002, crossing runway 28 right.
My trim is working again, so nose down trim is working again. That's good. Wow, these lights look really nice. I'm really liking this light mod right now.
O'Hare traffic, Valeti 17002, get around me, please. Right.
I don't know what he said. Anyway.
1,000 to go.
Okay, 1,000 to go. Still on the localizer. Looking for the glide slope. One last weather check here. Wind 290 at 11. Temperature -8. Altimeter 3006. That is a little old. Okay, oh, actually, get updated ATIS here. 280 at 9. Clear. Alright. Okay, leveling off here, and we'll catch the glide slope. There it is. All right, let's arm the speed brakes. Speed. Let's take it down to 160. I'm gonna get gear down and get some drag out here. Flaps 5. All right, let's continue reducing to final approach speed, which is 149. Let's go flaps 15. Chicago O'Hare traffic, Giant 3616 on final, 27 center, a DME 8.5. Alright, and let's go flaps 30. Before landing checklist. Landing gear down. 3 green. Spoiler handle is armed. Auto brakes 1. Flaps and slats. Flaps 30. Altimeter's cross check. ICAST no alerts. Landing clearance is good. Alright, crew. I think I'll take over now. My aircraft. Alright guys, I got it. The lights are really good here. Download this light mod, man. It's really good.
$1,000.
1,000 to go.
$500.
Looking good, guys.
$400. $300. Approaching minimums. 200. Minimum.
Landing.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Ooh.
5.
Versus normal. On the brakes. Okay, looking for Foxtrot, Foxtrot, which should be up here. Okay, it definitely looks like we got a little bit of ice on the runway here as well. Yeah, we definitely do. Yeah, we definitely got ice. Come on, baby, turn. Oh, God. I do not like the way that X-Plane does icy runways. You can't steer. Chicago traffic, Giant 3616 clear, 27 center at Foxtrot, Foxtrot. Taxi to the ramp via Delta Mike. All right. We got aircraft right behind us landing. Caution on 27 center, the braking action is very, very, very poor. All right, after landing checklist, spoiler handle is up, retract flaps. It's coming up. Auto brakes off. Radar off. Landing lights off. Taxi lights staying on. Runway turn off lights are off. Wing and engine anti-ice. We're gonna leave it off. APU coming on. Clock is stopped. Step trim. Wow, look how much nose down step trim we have in. That's something they did with the latest flight model change, and I don't like it. The setting has a lot of nose up tendency now. All right, let's see what that landing rate was. $178 feet per minute. Yeah, I'll buy that. This thing is so touchy in the pitch during the flare. Like, it's very easy to overcompensate. You're constantly trying to feel it. So I just gotta get used to that. It's very touchy. All right, so we're on Delta, crossing 22 right in a minute, and then a left on the mic. Chicago traffic, Giant 3616 crossing 22 right at Delta. Clear on the right, clear on the left. Like, the brakes are not even effective, hardly. I'm like standing on the brakes right now. Look at my deceleration. The ground speed. It's like nothing. Right, coming left. That's a little better. Yeah, but if you want, I can do another one, Reed. Let me know. I can fly right back to CVG, and it'd actually be like a 45-minute flight. It would be really short. I can do a quick one back, man, because we got headwind. We'd have a tailwind going back to Cincinnati. I don't mind. I'm enjoying flying this thing tonight, so yeah, let's do it, man. We'll park it. We'll quick turn it. We'll head back to Cincinnati. I can get this thing in, set up in 10 minutes. Yeah, I'll go fast, guys. Yeah, man, if you want to stick around, I'll do it. Because I'm enjoying... I love flying the 737. It's one of my favorite planes to fly right now. Okay. Oh, this is ridiculous. Come on. Dude, it's too much ice. Give me a break here. Yeah, X-Plane... I gotta say, I'm not loving the way you guys handle icy conditions here. It's just too hard to steer it. It's super icy. It's a little too much, I think. All right, where are we parking? I think on the right tonight. I'll try to make that turn, but I don't know if I can. It's just ridiculous. I'll be glad when winter's over. I have XP Realistic running right now. And lossless scaling I don't like. It leaves a lot of clipping. It's not worth it. I'm not a fan of it. There we go. Okay, parking brake set. Let's do the parking checklist, or the abbreviated one, since we're going to be taking off again. Alright, transponder. Standby. Fuel switch is off. Packs off. Trim air. Window heat, we're going to keep it on. Probe heat, we're going to keep it on. Pumps will keep on. Anti-collision off. Engine anti-ice, we'll keep it off. IRS will keep on. Wheel chocks to ground power unit, we're coming on. Let's switch over to ground power. Parking brake released. APU off. Not a bad parking job considering I was doing a skating rink out here. Yeah, I have lost the scaling, but I actually don't use it because I did not like the way it looked. It felt like the V-Sync was off and it was just clipping everything. So, it wasn't really worth it to me. I might have to play with it again. Oh, strobe light's off. Okay. Uh-oh. I wonder if I can go out the window. No. Okay, guys. Let's go ahead and plan this next flight here. Alright. Let's go over to my UPS website and get our flight. GTI 3614. Booked. Alright, let's plan it. New flight. GTI 3614 from ORD to CVG. There we go. Let's bring some extra fuel. Let's see, what fuel did we land with here? Oh, yeah, okay. Almost 8,000 pounds, so we can do a little bit less fuel. Let's just do P+1. And generate. Oh, nope. 7907. 7907. All right, generate. Nice tailwind, guys. We'll get home quick. All right, let's go ahead and set up here. So let's get the checklist back up. I'm going to go back a bit so I don't lose any steps. So cockpit prep. Let's see, what do we got here? All that's complied with all the way down to weight and balance. So let's do that now. Let's see, weight and balance. And then let's take a look at our load sheet here. So we'll unload this. Import ORD to CVG.
Fire traffic in 152 taxi runway 27 left via Golf.
Alright, so fuel is going to be 11.5. Oops, no. 11.5. We'll get the fuel truck rolling on that right now. And the payload for this flight is going to be 33.7. So let's take out some here. $33.7. CG looks good. All right, weight balance is done. That's easy. Okay, FMC. Position is initialized. So let's go ahead and start programming this in. This shouldn't take long at all to turn this. Fuel's coming up right now. I'll have to play with lossless scaling. I don't think I had it right. I don't think I had it set up correctly. So let's go route ORD KCVG. Flight is GTI 3614. Looks like the runway is going to be 22 left. Ugh. I don't like that. 22 left. I don't know. That's a long taxi. You tell me that's the best we can do here? Oh my god. We're gonna be driving for like 10 minutes down there. Okay, I guess. I mean, ugh. 22 left? All right. Jeez. That's why I don't like coming to... Oops. That's why I don't like coming to Chicago, man. It's such a long drive everywhere. All right. Flight plan. Oh my god, it's gonna take us longer to drive down to the runway than it will to fly the flight. Okay, earned EAR EA. Elaner. All right, and now let's go over to departure. Departing on 22 left, no SID. And the arrival is going to be the Seagram 6. Looking like we're going to land on runway 27 with the K transition, Eleanor transition. Check the route one last time. Okay, look at legs.
Fire traffic in 152, lining up departing 27 left over.
Alright, that looks good. So let's go back to route. Let's activate, make it magenta. Alright. And performance initialization, 0 fuel weight is set. Reserves is always 7. Cost index is 12. The planned flight altitude for this is going to be 310. Cruise wind 288 at 87. 288.087. Looks like plenty of landing fuel. Let's do some performance calculations for takeoff. Okay. So sim brief, takeoff performance. Might as well call it wet because ice. Calculate. 132, 136, 143. Got it. And then the thrust setting is DTO1, flex 45. E8.1 on the thrust. Takeoff will be flaps 5. CG. Doesn't like it. 25.9. There we go. V1 will be 132. VR 136. Rotate. I'm sorry, rotate is 136 and V2 is 143. Alright, so put that over here. Legs on the left. Alright. Final cockpit preparation checklist. Fuel quantity is set 11.5. Flight altitude is going to be 310. Landing at CVG is 900. FMC is set. Flight directors. Let's cycle those off and on. Auto throttle's on. MCP airspeed 143. MCP heading is going to be the runway heading, which is 225. Altitude we'll set up to 310. Altimeters are set 3006. Auto brakes RTO. Radios are set. Nav, TCAS. We're going to leave the squawk code as it is. Taxi takeoff departure brief. Alright, real quick here, guys. There is no departure for us tonight. So we're going to fly runway heading, and once I get to 400 feet, we're going to navigate direct to earned. The taxi brief is going to be pushed back at the north cargo ramp. We're going to take November Mike, cross 27 center, cross 27 left, make a left turn on Mike, Golf, right turn on Tango, right turn on Bravo all the way down until we get to Victor, and then Victor over to 22 left. That's a lot. Oh, that's gonna be fun. That's a lot of slipping and sliding we're gonna be doing. Okay.
Grounded cockpit. Tow is driving up.
APU's coming on. Doors and windows are set. Yaw damper's still on. Electric hydraulic pumps are on. Fuel is still on. Parking brake is set. Wheel chocks are pulled.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Let's wait on them.
ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
That'll work.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Just wait on the APU. And then we can go. And then we get to play slip and slide all over Chicago O'Hare. Okay, APU breakers are on. Wilcox age is disconnected. Trim air is on. APU bleed is on. APU isolation is open. Engine start, ignition B or ignition right. ACARS. Let's go ahead and let's redo that. Let's also, ooh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to file this flight plan. Let's do that real quick. Okay, flight plan is filed. Let's log back in with our new call sign. Squawk is 1306 now. 1306. Okay.
Starting pushback. And you may start engines.
Alright, crew. Push back. Let's go engine start. Start in 2. Rotation in 2. Fuel on. Fuel flow EGT. Get started on 2, starting 1. Rotation in 2. Oil pressure's good. Fuel on. Fuel flow. EGT. Okay, good start on 1. After takeoff checklist, engine and wing anti-ice definitely on. Packs coming on. APU bleed is off. Engine bleed is on. Engine generator 1, 2. APU off.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by. Tow is disconnected and bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
All right, see you on the left. Thanks. Bye. Okay. Wait for that guy to clear. In the meantime, let's go flaps 5. And I already know this thing's going to take off on me during the takeoff, so we're going to go ahead and put the trim way down. We'll have to deal with that flight model concern later on. Okay, ground signal's good. Alright, taxi checklist. Flaps and slats. Flaps 5 is set. Stab trim is set. Takeoff data is confirmed. Takeoff thrust setting is set. Transponder is on. No change to the departure brief. Taxi light is on. Lower MFD on system. Taxi clearance. Alright, let me try to spit this out correctly. Holy moly. Chicago traffic. Giant 3614. Taxi to runway 22 left from the northeast cargo ramp via November Mike. Cross 27 Charlie. 27 left. Golf Tango Bravo Victor. We'll call the crossings. Okay. Alright guys. Let's do this. Parking brake. Parking brake release, and let's give her some fuel. Okay, nozzle steering checks left, checks right, brakes checked. And flight control check, ailerons left, ailerons right, elevator up, elevator down, rudder left, rudder right. Flight controls check, free and clear. Now we got the world's longest taxi. And the ground is very icy, so I have to be extremely careful how I taxi this. We already almost went off the taxiway a couple times here. Okay, coming up on November. So we'll start steering early. Just to try to not run off the runway here, or the taxiway. Okay, we'll have a left turn on Mike coming up. So if you see the taxi light moving, that's actually me steering with my feet. So that you can kind of get an idea for what kind of rudder inputs I'm putting in, or tiller inputs I'm putting in to keep this thing, you know, steering. Okay, so we're gonna cross, this is Mike, we're gonna cross 27 center. Let's check on the left. Clear on the left, clear on the right. Chicago traffic, Giant 3614 crossing 27 center at Mike. Clear 27 center. Okay, now we got another cross here. 27 left. And an immediate left turn on to Golf. Chicago traffic. Try 3614 crossing 27 left at Mike. And a hard left turn coming up. I'm on the brakes. Look, I'm holding the brake all the way to the left. Max left brakes, and I can't even barely get it to turn. Now it's going the other way. Ugh. Alright. Clear 27 left. Alright, we made that turn, but it was rough. Okay, now we're gonna make a right turn onto Tango Tango, which should be coming up here. This is kind of a complicated little intersection here. Okay. And then we should take this taxi line until we get to Alpha, and it'll be a pretty... Oh, I'm sorry, Bravo. We want Bravo. God, I hate... Chicago sucks, dude. This is so much. So that's Alpha. We went Bravo. So Bravo is the second one. Okay, make a right turn here. Okay, I think we made that turn successfully. And we're going to take Bravo all the way down until we get to Victor. Come on, dang, turn already. Ugh. My feet are getting tired. And these suicidal ground handlers here. The least amount of fun I have in this game is taxiing on icy taxiways. It's not an enjoyable experience at all. So, Victor 1. Nope, I don't want Victor 1. Echo, Echo. Okay, taxiway Victor's coming up. Yep, left turn up here, Victor. It just won't turn. Like I don't know what else to do. It won't turn. God. I know I'm complaining a lot, but guys, it is very, 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 very hard to steer this thing. All right, before takeoff checklist, lower MFD, turning it off. LNAV, VNAV, no VNAV, right, that's fine. We'll get VNAV after we make our left turn towards the first waypoint. ICAS, no alerts. Exterior lights, I think we're close enough. We'll turn those on. Radar, it's on. Hey, clear on the left, clear on the right. Well, I think we almost made it. A little closer. Chicago traffic, Giant 3614 departing runway 22 left, southeasterly departure. Alright, last check, clear on the left, clear on the right. TCAS is clear. We'll take the runway. We'll do a static takeoff. Runway heading 225. Wind 290 at 11. All right. Let's start the clock. All right, crew, let's go. Y'all ready? Let's roll. Okay, stabilized, togo. Thrust set. A lot of left rudder in to keep it straight.
80 knots.
Throttle hold.
V1.
V1. Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up. Whoa,
Gear
that
up.
pitch. Yeah, this thing's way too pitchy. Way too
400.
sensitive in a pitch. Alright, give me a 160 heading. Climb thrust. Oh, well that would explain a lot.
Gear up.
Why is my gear not coming up? I got an issue here. Gear's not coming up.
Gear up.
Okay. I have a problem with the landing gear not coming up. Alright, let's see if we can troubleshoot this. Let's set altitude to 4,000 feet until we can figure out what's going on here.
1,000 to go.
Alright, why is my landing gear not coming up? What is going on with that? Maybe that's it.
Gear up.
Why is my gear not coming
Gear
up?
up.
Ugh. Oh, this is no fun. My landing gear is stuck down. I don't know why that is. Is there some sort of override I can use here? Oh, I don't know what's going on. My gear is stuck. Try this reload scripts thing. Hope I don't break it. Is that helping the gear?
Gear up.
Nope. And I'm pretty sure I just dumped my FMC too. Yep. Well, we're screwed. Whatever they did to this version of this thing, they've broken it. So. I think we'll just go back and land and call it a night, because this is not going to work for me. I've really busted this thing, whatever I did. We have no attitude or anything. Well, I have no way of even navigating right now, so this will be fun. a bummer about this thing. Alright, let's take it down to 3,000 feet.
1,000 go.
So we got a no landing gear works, and we lost all of our attitude because I reset the scripts hoping they would help. We have nothing. Well, we'll just navigate and do a visual approach then. Boy, this will be fun. I got absolutely no avionics to use here. That's not even going to help me at all, so. Hey, Maroon. I'm having a rough night, man. I have to take off. My landing gear did not come up. And then I dumped the script, so now I have absolutely no INS, so we're going to come back and land at Chicago and call it a night. This jet needs to go down hard for maintenance. I have no way of flying anything, so we're just going to do a visual approach back to 27 Center. Gear stuck down. Let me try it again.
You're up.
Nothing. Alright, we'll get it down. Chicago's out there. Kind of navigating with SimBrief right now to help me out. So we'll head over towards Driscoll. See, at Driscoll we need to be down to 2,200 feet.
To go.
Oh, Master Caution, you don't say. Yeah, this shit's all jacked up. Alright, I wouldn't call this an emergency landing, but it doesn't help that we lost our avionics and that we have no gear that will come up, so we'll just fly visual back in there. That's our runway over there. So I would say my my test flight with this new patch has not been successful. A lot of issues with pitch trim, landing gear, avionics. It's not working for me. All right. I don't even know how to calculate the, I don't even know what my gross weight is. So I can't even do anything with this. Nope. That doesn't help us.
Chicago traffic, Delta 3709 Heavy, 10 miles final runway 28 center, Chicago.
Chicago traffic, Giant 3614 on the visual 27 center approach. We'll maintain visual separation with Delta coming in. Alright, let's start slowing her down. 180. Flaps 5. Alright, Delta traffic is straight ahead. Okay, my aircraft. Throttle's coming off. Let's go flaps 15. Flaps 30. It's kind of hard flying an approach when you have no avionics at work. I'm just gonna use the PAPI lights. I don't even know what the winds are right now. Yeah, I got it. It just sucks that this thing ain't working the way it's supposed to. I'm flying really blind here. Literally, all I have is basic primary flight instruments. That's it. Altimeter, airspeed. That's all I got. I don't even know what my gross weight is right now, so I'm kind of guesstimating the approach speed. I think we can actually come in a bit slower because I'm still pretty high.
$1,000.
Chicago traffic, Giant 3614 on final 27 center.
Chicago traffic, Delta 3709 Heavy, 5 miles final runway 28 center, Chicago.
500. $400. $300. $200. $100. $50. $40. $30. $20. $10. $5.
Well, wasn't a bad landing considering how degraded we are with all the avionics not working. So back to maintenance this thing goes, and we're done for tonight. I guess I was gonna fly back to Cincinnati, but this jet's broke. It's broke hard, so it needs to go back in for some TLC. Alright, on the brakes. I don't even know what my ground speed is because we have no avionics, so. Alright, I guess we're not making that turn off. No kidding, right? I don't know what my ground speed is. Look at that. I'm on the brakes and it won't turn. There we go. Chicago traffic, Giant 3614, clear 27 center. Man, I really wanted to fly this thing back to Cincinnati, but it just didn't want to work tonight. I don't know what they did with this new patch, but it's definitely broke. Alright, after landing checklist, spoiler handles up, flaps, auto brakes off, radar off, landing light off, runway turn off, clock is stopped, APU, stab trim. I mean, I don't. Also, whatever they did to the flight model has put a lot of nose up tendency into this thing. The I have to use a lot of nose down trim now that I didn't have to do that before. So I feel like they've gone in the wrong direction with this flight model. Whatever they've done to it is not great. Alright, let's see what that landing rate was, though. Alright. Yeah, I really want this plane to be awesome, but they're just... I don't know. Hey, let me ask you this, Neil. Do the sounds sound as good with the Zeebo as they do in this? Because the sounds in this are fantastic. I've never really flown the Zeebo before. Are the sounds good? They sound like this? Because it's the sound of this plane alone is what makes me want to fly it so much. It just sounds so good. Yeah, dude, I'm trying to like it, but when I have nights like this, it's not good. I know this is the first time that this is the most broke Apache has made this plane. I don't like the way it's flying, and I'm having landing gear not wanting to come up. It's not what I'm used to. Fortunately, we were able to work it and got the plane back on the ground, but... And here we go again, and we're gonna go out the runway. Ah! I just want to fly normal flight, man. Whatever. It's whatever. Let's get this thing parked. Let's get the maintenance guys to fix it up. We'll try it again. Oh, definitely flight. Yeah, they made some big strides with this pitch trim on the previous patch, and now I'm having to put the trim down to like 1 degree aircraft nose up, Yeah, the trim took a big step backwards, and then I also just had a bad failure here with landing gear not coming up after takeoff. That sucked. I had to abort my flight and come back and land. Also, on top of that, after takeoff, as we were climbing to about 1,000 feet, my nose down trim stopped responding. Right, I could only do nose up trim. It started working again during the approach. I don't know what the heck that was. So I actually had to put the autopilot on because I normally like to fly the aircraft by hand at 10,000 feet, but I had no nose down trim, and I know it wasn't my stick because the switch was reacting to the yoke, but it wasn't pitching down. So I only had nose up trim, no nose down trim. I had to put the autopilot on. The autopilot could trim the nose down, but I could not. It seemed to be something to do with the landing gear position or the flap position. So I don't know what it was, or airspeed, but it was really annoying. Anyway, let's shut this thing down. Parking checklist. Transponder off. APU gens are on. Fuel switch is off. Packs off. Trim air. Window heat. Probe heat. Electric hydraulic pumps. Yaw damper. Anti-collision lights. Engine anti-ice is off. IRS switches. Doesn't matter, they didn't work anyway. Wheel chocks, ground power unit. Parking brake released. APU off.
And O'Hare traffic, United, correction, FedEx 9737 on the ILS, 28 center, 15 miles out. O'Hare traffic.
United to FedEx, that's a pretty big switch.
Yeah, did I just give away who I worked for?
I think so.
Oh.
Alright guys, I'm gonna call it tonight. This was a very disappointing flight. At least we got here to O'Hare. But trying to get back, we ran into all kinds of issues. But, you know, at least we got a chance in handling a little bit of an in-flight issue. We lost our avionics. Gear wouldn't come up, but we were able to get it back on the ground with the visual approach with a nice soft landing with basically only primary flight instruments. I had altimeter, airspeed. That's it. But I got it back. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I will let the Level Up people know what happened tonight so they can fix this thing. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.